What is going on, guys? Tanner Bell here, and welcome back to the Makers Gonna Learn YouTube channel. If you're brand new here, I am so excited that you're here today because we have a start to finish guide for creating a sublimation shirt. Today we're going to share with you the entire process, start to finish, creating an amazing onesie. But if you're new around here to the Makers Gonna Learn channel, you do not want to forget to hit the subscribe button and go ahead and give the video a big thumbs up. I cannot wait for you guys to see this video because we're super excited about it. All the sublimation files featured today is actually exclusive to our brand new course, Makers Gonna Sublimate. You have to go check it out with over 16 training videos and 200 exclusive files. You do not want to miss out on this brand new training course to learn all about sublimation. Definitely take a look down below. You'll have a special offer to join today, and it is going to be so much fun. We also have a freebie down there that is your Sublimation for Beginners checklist. I cannot wait for you to see that and grab it today. So let's go ahead and take a look at what you need to create your own shirts today. If you're brand new to sublimation, I want to invite you to check out our Sublimation for Beginners video. It's very helpful because we really focus in on all the material, but what I want to also share with you is today you're going to have pretty much all the same material here on the table. So we're really excited to share with you how to sublimate from start to finish. What I really want to hit home for today's video is that you definitely want to have your shirt be at least 65% polyester. All right, that's the bare minimum, but today we're using 100% polyester little onesie, and this will be perfect for today's project because we're gonna get the most vibrant quality from 100% polyester. But I know that's not always realistic, so 85% is great, but at the bare minimum, let's do at least 65, okay? In addition, you're going to want to have some heat-resistant tape. I think that's the secret weapon to having the best results when working with sublimation. Today, we're even able to use the 6x7 mini EasyPress. This is a really easy one to use. You don't have to have the big EasyPress today if you're making onesies. I like having the more control with the 6x7. Now notice we have our big Epson Workforce printer right here on the table, and this printer is fantastic. We love, love, love using it for sublimation. It's fantastic, and it always has given us great results. And the reason why is we use gray ink. We've tried a few different brands of sublimation ink, and I'm always so impressed with how they all work really well. This right here is StarCraft. You could also use Cosmo or whatever you prefer. Definitely check out the links below because we've linked this and all the products used here today. So if you all are excited, you have all your material ready, let's go ahead and jump into Cricut Design Space, where I'm going to share with you how you're able to grab your file and use the print and cut feature to print out your design. It doesn't have to be complicated, and it's really simple to do. I think it's a great way for Cricut users to jump into sublimation actually using the print and cut feature. After you get familiar with sublimating and when you want to go larger than print and cut size, that's when we invite you to use programs like Illustrator, Inkscape, Canva, Preview to do your design work. So let's go ahead and take a look. So once you're in Cricut Design Space, what you're going to want to do is come down to the upload feature. We're simply going to upload our image, and sublimation cut files or sublimation files in general are great to use when they are in the PNG format. So now we're simply going to take our image, which is take it slow. So when you have this, you're going to press complex and you can press continue. And this is going to allow you to clean up the image any if you need to. But as you can see, when you work with Makers Gonna Learn sublimation files, they're all ready and good to go. So you can press continue. And now the last thing you want to do is save it as a print and then cut image, even though after we print it, we're not actually going to cut. So press upload. Now you can see it in your recently uploaded files. Let's select it and add to our canvas. So now, real quick, we want to grab our little onesie and measure it. This is what you want to do. I always tell my students that we always measure twice and cut once. So we're going to grab our onesie, lay it down, grab our tape measure, which I always have one within arm's reach, and we are just going to measure and see how many inches we have to work with today. This right here, I'm going to say we have right at 4 inches to work with widthwise, okay? So 4 inches wide, and we'll see how the height ends up being. So come over to Design Space again with us, and we're going to type in the width, which is 4 inches, and press enter. And now our height is 5 inches. So what we want to do is just make sure that that is okay for our onesie, because we're working with a 3 to 6 month onesie. 5 inches would be a little long, and we're actually going to go down to 3.5 inches. And now we have a 3.5 by 4.5 image. And this cut file is adorable. I love sloths, and this is gonna look great on the onesie today. So now, again, we have it set to print and then cut. So we're gonna be able to press make it. Once you press make it, you'll see the black rectangle around there, but no worries, we'll cut that off here soon. Now let's go ahead and press mirror, because again, your sublimation files have to be mirrored just like your heat transfer vinyl projects would be. So now let's click continue. We're simply going to click send to printer, and we're working with the Epson Workforce series. We are going to turn bleed off, and now we'll be able to select print. So it's saying we have the mismatch of paper. That's totally fine. We can simply click done, and it's going to say, can we use the current paper loaded, or should we change the paper loaded? And I always select user defined plain paper, and then it'll finally say, just to confirm, you pretty much want to print, and you want to click that print button, and now it'll print out. All right, my friends, we need to cut this out, but my tip here is to make sure to not touch the ink, because again, this is going to be an ink transfer. So be careful as you cut this close to it. And feel free to have a few different variations of sublimation paper on hand, because that will help you not waste as much and have to take this and cut it down. So after I do something like this, I might take the paper and trim this down into an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So then I can take the A-sub, save it for another project. And now we have our image right here. It's been mirrored, and now we can prepare our little onesie for our design. So we're going to take this right here, and we're going to preheat it just to make sure there's no wrinkles. You want to make sure there's no wrinkles whatsoever. And once you're good there, I like to lint roll it just to remove any residue, because remember, if you have a piece of glitter from your craft space or anything like that, it could ruin your transfer. So now, once it's all good to go, you're going to take your design and you're simply going to want to place it. So I like to place it right in the center. And once you're happy with the placement, you can take this right here. We're going to grab our heat resistant tape, and we're just going to give some extra support. I never feel like I could add enough heat resistant tape, because I want to make sure the design is not going to move. If you have a heat press, I will say I think it's a little bit less likely that your shirt is going to move around. But when you're working with an EasyPress, it's a lot easier to move around. But don't feel like you have to go out and buy a big, huge, expensive heat press if you have an EasyPress or two laying around. Feel free to use those and get familiar with it. It's no big deal at all. So now that it's taped, we're going to add our Teflon sheet right on top to protect the A-sub paper and the heat plate. And once you're ready, we're going to heat this for 50 seconds at 400 degrees. So once we apply this down, we're going to not move it, because that can move our design and create shadowing that we do not want. So now we're just gonna place this down firmly and let it count down for 50 seconds while applying firm and mighty pressure. All right, it's been 50 seconds, so we're going to remove the EasyPress, and now we're going to be able to lift up the Teflon sheet, and you're going to see, you can see through this. I always like to say if you can see the transfer through that's a really good sign that your transfer did really well. So now you're going to let this cool just a few minutes, and then we'll be able for the big reveal. I think this design right here is a great example of why sublimation is so important. As you can see, the shading of this design you just could not have with regular heat transfer vinyl. So with sublimation, you're going to open the doors to so many more opportunities to work with even more designs, have more inspiration, and have more creative freedom for your projects. And not to mention that this right here is never going to peel up. It is going to be able to be through in the washing machine really easily, and you're going to have this for a lifetime. It's really fantastic what you can do with sublimation. So my friends, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more sublimating and cricketing videos, and if you need to get started with sublimation, I have you covered. I have the checklist that you can grab for free right down below. You can learn more about our brand new course, Makers Gonna Sublimate, down below as well. We would love to invite you to that series, and we are super excited to see you guys in future videos. So be sure to stick around with us and subscribe if you are brand new, because I think you're gonna really like the videos we have this holiday season. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you here soon. Bye guys.